In 3, 2.
Hey y'all, and welcome to Crown Television. My name is Shaterica, and tonight it's time for another installment of On the Couch with Shaterica. Check me out.
Dame un poquito, dame lo que quiero. Sí, eso es mío, yo me lo merezco. Dame un poquito, dámelo papito, dámelo enterito, dame lo que quiero. Dímelo muy suave.
We are hella super excited to be here tonight with you guys to give you another video and another installment of On the Couch with Shaterica. This is one of the funnest things that we do. We did take a week off or so, but we ain't been gone too long. We are here and we are in the flesh. So we are fast approaching to February and the Valentine's of it all. And honestly, earlier today, a friend of mine was like, "Terry, you do a show?" And I said, "Yeah." And they said, "What's it about?" I said, "Really?" I said, "It's about the most happening reality TV shows that's going on right now. And it's about escapism. And it's about getting people's mind off of politics, mayhem, murder, death, racism. And then just to think about no nonsense stuff." And I think I even love the fact that most of the people on these shows, I don't even think that real world situations even cross their minds because they're so far in fucking la la land that they're not even aware. And right now I think we kind of need that. We do. So our topics for tonight are as follows. We're going to talk about Joselin's Caberet. The reunion has 2 parts that have premiered so far. We're mostly going to talk about the second part. We're going to talk about WAGS to Riches. And we're also going to talk about Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. So buckle up, buttercup, and take a sip, a slight sip. And this is the first time I've had a sip all week. I am taking it easier on my liver and my life and my central nervous system and not drinking as much. And it has been wonderful. I feel like I'm in charge of my life. It's been great. I can feel the growth. Nothing wrong with taking a sip, but definitely want to slow down and enjoy just a longer life. So cheers to drinking totally responsibly. Salut. Cheerio, pip pip.
With my little small Corona.
With your little small Corona. Cheerio. Salut, pip pip.
It's a mini.
It's a mini. I got a mini glass. Skirt. Anywho, we're proud of ourselves, so fuck y'all.
Right.
First topic. So, most people agree that Joselin's Caberet reunion is the most epic, lit reunion ever premiered by Zeus to this date. Right? Part 1 was really good, but it did have some confusing moments, at least for me. Particularly when it came to Miss Wet Wet. I was confused as to why Miss Wet Wet is the one who opened the episode on the first part of the reunion, just to get a lackluster response from the crowd. I was also confused when they went to show clips of Miss Wet Wet from the show, yet not one clip had her in it unless she was being dragged like a rag doll. Very confusing. I was also confused as to why Oceans and Isis were brawling even though they were newbie besties on the show. Then it dawned on me. There's so much stuff that goes on behind the scene of the show, and that's why the beef has curated itself beyond the show. These girls leave the show, and not only are they still performing together for the Cabaret, they leave the show, they become friends, they become roommates, they become lovers, allegedly. Now, part 2 of the reunion started off with Joselin's Cabaret performance.
I like the way you are. 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 You're so good to me, and you're so sexy. I like the way you are. I like the way you are.
Love that shit. I was very pleased with the aesthetic. And let me tell you why. The wardrobe and the props and the fluffy foo-foo fans, they all gave actual Caberet. This whole time I was trying to figure out how Joselin got stripper, grinding, twerking, and lighting pussies on fire from Caberet, but I think she got it this time. Caberet is defined as a theatrical entertainment featuring music, song, dance, recitation, and drama. The performance venue might be a pub, a casino, or a hotel. Just, you know, dramatic. So the props gave me more of a dramatic, theatrical feel versus the stank, sweaty, strip club vibes that we usually get. So I like it. The second part of the reunion started off with Isis and Ocean's fighting. Nobody really wins, but the crowd is chanting Isis, Isis, as they should. Joselin gets up and tells them both to sit the fuck down. Joselin declares that this is her show and it's not about to be all fighting and no dialogue. Hence, this ain't the baddest reunion. Joselin says, I'm running a motherfucking business, bitch. And this is my show. I'm the motherfucking host tonight. I the motherfucking host. I the motherfucking host. I the motherfucking host. And everybody's clapping like, yeah, she's, I the motherfucking host. This is my shit.
The host look all weird.
So, Janisha's like, oh, she is. I'm just here to be pretty. Natalie, you need to take some notes. This is a bitch who's clearly not scared of most of her cast. No shade. Anywho, let's see what happened next. So Wet Wet and Joselin, they make up, they hug. So does Wet Wet and Drea. But for some reason, Wet Wet wants to run it with Danny. Then Danny gets up and beat Wet Sweat in all of like 3 swings. And Wet Wet, I've never seen you lose that easy. But let me make it clear one more time, baby. Wet Wet wants motherfuckers to understand this, okay? Before you get shit fucked up. She moved to her Section 8 before she got her titties done, okay? All right? Understand that shit. Because right after she got her Section 8, she let her cousin Junior curry the kids on the income tax, right? Then she sold Nene them stamps, right? And then she borrowed a pack of meat from Ray Ray and them. And then she got her titties done. Bitch. Hoe ass. Get that shit together. What you talking about?
You gonna translate that?
In here. Danny beats Wet Wet up again. And then Wet Wet bows out gracefully for good. Good for you, Wet Wet. And by the way, ain't no more doors opening. We probably will never see you again. Anyway, so next it's time for Jayla to come out, and come to find out she's got cut off because she made a diss song about the whole cast. I really don't care, but I gotta say it anyway. Now we all know Drea is Nick's puppet, or was Nick's puppet. We were so glad when she got eliminated. I don't know why they gave us so much time on this stage. Jayla comes out. Erica stands up. Why? I don't know. Don't care. I told y'all a lot of these beefs is behind the scenes stuff, and we just learned about it now. So they fight and argue back and forth. Jocelyn asks Erica why she wants to go. If she wants to go again against Jayla, then little girl Dez steps up, and we haven't heard Dez say anything the whole fucking season. So Dez jumps up, beats the shit out of Jayla. We're shocked, but still, like, we wish we would have seen this from you earlier, girl. Dez basically says she stopped liking Jayla because Jayla was obsessed with Neek, which I believe, and then she started acting dismissive towards Dez, even though they were supposed to be the 3 Musketeers. I don't give a fuck. Anyway, but I gotta point out, Nick is the only one who made the Caberet, so all y'all just really look like followers. Well, Erica made it too, but I'm talking about between Jayla and Dez fighting over Nick. Like, so then they bring out Rose and Hennessy. My favorite Henny comes out in my favorite color, which is red. Okay, so Rose comes out with a helmet on her head, because that's what you gotta do when you fight my girl Henny, baby, because she don't be letting up. Ain't no rules, baby. All is fair in love and fuck you up, okay? So then Rose says she wants to fight Oceans and Henny. Oceans is reluctant but gets up anyways. They pretend to tussle. Then Rose flies at Henny and they start fighting. And as per usual, Henny mops the floors, the couch, the ceiling, and the coke from under Danny's nose with Rose's ass. Then, and speaking of Danny, that's my girl because Oceans kept trying to dip in there and I guess help Rose out or whatever. And Danny came and grabbed her. Was like, no, bitch, let them fight. Like, what are you doing? Looks like the next episode is going to be crazy. It's going to be an all-out brawl. The next one is going to be part 3. And they about to get it cracking like I like, nigga. WAGS to Riches, a Netflix original, has aired. Let's see. It's a whole bunch of math in this segment. What did I got? I got WAGS equals wives and girlfriends. Sherelle Rosado equals Evelyn Lozado. Rick Ross equals nothing to brag about. Chad 85 equals lost cause. 50 Cent equals a bitch. This show is entertaining though. I watched it. I watched the entire series in all of about 2 days. Y'all know they drop all the episodes at once, so it'd be impossible to kind of review each episode because, you know, they kind of drop the whole thing. So that works a little different. Honestly, it did give me the old vibes of Basketball Wives. And what Basketball Wives used to give. Remember, y'all, Basketball Wives was originally filmed in Miami. WAGS is filmed in like the Miami, Tampa area, right? So it was cool seeing the sun, the beaches, the yachts, the rooftop parties, the clubs, etc. I mean, especially for those of us who's been experiencing 20-degree weather, it's like manifesting warm weather, right? So it was a good little key to watch. My favorite character on this show is Stoney. Y'all know I love the underdog or the villain of the show. Stoney is the baby mother of Rick Ross, right? And Stoney had a separate relationship outside of Rick Ross. Keep up. And her and that guy she was in a relationship with made a sex tape, right? And so everyone is aware of the beef between Rick and First Lady 50 Cent, right? So Half Pence None the Richer Man exposed the video of Stoney and her sex tape because it was sold to him by Stoney's ex, who wasn't Rick Ross. Then Stoney turned and sued 50 Pennies for $2 million. See how the math is still mathing in this segment, right? And I did not appreciate how the women treated Stoney at all. For having been a victim of revenge porn, they treated her poorly. They ridiculed her. They said she should have known better. They said she should not be around them, and even claimed that to have won that amount of money from 50 Cent, she should have invested it better, as if it was somehow their fucking business, which it was not. By the ladies, I am mostly speaking on Sherelle Rosado. And for all intent and purposes, since she wants to be so bad, we gonna dub her Pussy Patter number 2. I got a mother. Wiz, that's her name. Just when we thought old Ev was the only one that could talk down to darker skinned women, bully and berate women who do not look like them or have what they have, here comes Miss Rosado running around here patting her pussy too. I got a mother. I call her Mini Pussy Patter. I do. That's what you want. Sherelle sat on this show, name rhyming with Lozado, voice sounding like Rosado, and even had the nerve to wear the same dress that Evelyn wore last year at the reunion. Who does that? Anywho, y'all check out the Netflix series. I won't speak too much on it because I don't want to ruin the show. Like I said, obviously can't do a review of each episode because Netflix puts all their episodes up there together. So you're just going to have to watch it all for yourself and form your own opinion. However, I am looking forward to next season. That is, of course, if Pussy Patter number 2 ain't too embarrassed, because unfortunately, her and Chad 85 seem to be the main characters of the soap, and now they are officially broken up. So we'll see if she'll be strong enough to bounce back like Pussy Pattern #1 did. Godspeed on your pussy pattern. Anywho, stay tuned. Our next segment. I don't know what that was. I will never do it again, I promise. Did I tell y'all I typed my notes again? That means I still care. I still care. Last topic, and then I'm gonna get out of here. Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. The reunion. Parts 1 and 2. Now, there wasn't much going on with the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City reunion. The show, to me, was made way more interesting and funny than the reunion is thus far. I think that the Housewives on this franchise, in particular, they clock in, they do the work, they make moments, and they make history in reality TV. But in the end, the Salt Lake City Housewives, they don't want to be looked at as rude or insensitive or mean or snotty. And you know, really, like, a housewife of Atlanta could really give a fuck. Like, that's how they build their brand. But for some reason, these wives want to be like, no, that wasn't me. I didn't say that. I didn't do that. That's not how I am. You know, so whatever. They like to do their evilness underhandedly and then blame it on the next person in order to be seen in a good light. And I'm here to tell all of these vampire complected cold-blooded souls that we don't see any of you motherfuckers in a good light. Matter of fact, we can't. Because if we saw you in a good light or sunlight, you would explode. Like, get a garlic or onion or cross, whatever. I think everyone likes to blame everything on Lisa fucking Barlow. That's what I believe. Just because it's convenient. And just because she is, quote unquote, the villain. But you want me to be honest? I don't really blame Lisa for anything that's really going on this season. I don't, personally. And y'all know when Lisa fucking Barlow needs to be read, I don't mind reading Lisa fucking Barlow. I'm the one that invented the name, motherfuckers.
Literally.
But it's not her. It ain't her. Can we start with Bronwyn? I heard someone say that Bronwyn is a fan favorite this season. But the reality is, Bronwyn is a real piece of shit. She sat her funny looking ass on the stage and put on a full-on production. She tried to blame Lisa for everything, from her portrayal of her own marriage to her own two-faced behavior on the show, and even down to her grown child's paternal grandparents wanting nothing to do with her child. Y'all can say what y'all want about Heather and Lisa being evil. To me, they ain't evil enough. Because if my motherfucking ass had been on that stage, I would have brought up how your clown looking ass sat on that yacht and you talk shit about your marriage the entire ride. You said, Todd makes me feel like I'm nothing. Todd makes me feel like I'm not good enough. Todd makes me feel like I am invisible. Todd has had some infidelity in the marriage. And it makes me ruin my friendships with y'all because I'm used to feeling like I'm not good enough because Todd. My relationship with Lisa reminds me of my relationship of Todd. And that's why I'm triggered, end quote. Why didn't y'all show that clip from the yacht when she talked all that fucking shit about her husband? And what's so crazy is her husband brought his ass on this stage and had never even seen that show. Didn't know what happened. So why wouldn't you play it and clear Lisa? Because y'all want her to look like the villain. The Todd father got up on the stage ready to let Lisa have it. So much that Lil Jon was like, if you don't give a damn, we don't give a fuck. Don't start no shit, won't be no shit. Don't start no shit, won't be no shit. Lil Jon Barlow was ready for Todd motherfucking ass. And he said, hey, watch your time. And Todd said, he ain't watching a motherfucking thing. But whatever, that's between them. And coming to find out, like I said, Todd ain't even watched the show. Lisa and Meredith were the only ones that stuck up for him. And Lisa was like, Todd's not going to be very happy about this. She was. I'm confused, Bronwyn. Did you tell Gwen's father 30 years ago that you had a miscarriage? Because it feels like you did. Anywho, I don't want to get into that. I just got one more thing to say, and that's two things about Meredith. One more thing to say, and that's two things. Does that even make fucking sense? Anywho, Meredith. I am so disappointed in Meredith for not giving one encouraging word, thought, or embrace to Mary when she was given an update about Robert Jr. and his road to recovery. Every single other cast member shed tears. They cried. They thanked Mary and Robert Jr. for helping their own families in their individual struggles with addiction, whatever they may have been. And for you to just sit there with your plastic, lifeless face, Meredith, and say nothing, shame on you for that. Number two, Meredith. When this bitch pulled out the phone and said, I have a list of everything these ladies have said about me this entire time. They call me bulimic, schizophrenic, a liar, psychopath, whore, slut, witch, bitch, snitch, loser, renter, and a dirty tub bather. And then Andy said, well, what have you said? And this bitch looked right at the camera and said, not that much. Bitch, I died. Because it went back to Meredith this very season doing her shit. You're vile. You're disgusting. You make me sick. You can leave. You can go. She needs to leave. I'm disengaging. She's disgusting and I won't have it. Meredith. Baby, was that you? Meredith is so, like, she is the funniest white lady. Like, I really, like, just need to hang out with this white lady one night. I need her to, like, clear everybody that's been fucking with me for me. Like, I need her to, like, do her lawyer shit. Girl, are you looking for a paralegal? I'm your bitch. Anywho, y'all tell me y'all thoughts. Are y'all ready for Joselin's Cabaret Season 6? Should there be a Season 2 of WAGS to Riches? And are you going to engage in the third part of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City Reunion? Let me know. Put your comments in the comment section. Like the video. Subscribe to the channel. Tell me your thoughts. You know where you at. This is Crown Television. We're all about our crowns and never about them clowns. Until next time, peace out. We love you. Good night.
Dámelo enterito.